What is going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. What a day, what a day, what a day. Let's skip me over to this one. Hope everyone's doing all right. Let's turn that off. We don't need to see that. Ooh, we have these new things I have to try. 20 super chats. 1 hour. Boom, 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 boom. Almost ready, guys. Sorry, just they got some new features here, and all right, I think we're in business now. How is everyone? Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Keep on trying. Glenn Biggs, how are you? Yeah, gotta tell you, Glenn, when I was in the army, I don't know what it is about Southern people, but they just couldn't realize that I had a R on my name. It was always Biggs or Riggs. They could never figure out it was a B and a R at the beginning. Dispatch Debbie, how are you, Dispatch Debbie? Boom, 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 boom. Let's get this all fixed up here. Okay, now we're in business. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. What's up, Denzel? How are you, buddy? Rural New York still sucks like a broken vacuum. Yep. Leavenworth, Washington. Almost said Pennsylvania. Leavenworth, Washington. How are you? I was just looking. I'm doing a video next week on like not hidden gems, but it's like hidden gems of the country. Little towns that are just great. I was thinking about putting Leavenworth on there, but we've talked about them recently, so decided to give it a break. I have to take care of some house cleaning right now. My granddaughter is watching. Hey, Boogus, how are you? Yes, she's watching. How's Rick doing? Hey, Briggs, did you know tomorrow is daylight say it is? Sweet. I thought they were gonna get rid of it. Now it looks like they're gonna keep it. Sarasota Springs, South Georgia. Angie Madcat, how are you? So, if you live in Oregon or Portland area, you eventually get to know some strippers, right? That's just we have more strip clubs than anything else. I just found out that um, one of the best strip clubs is closing down at the end of the month. I was like, oh, that's devastating. These girls. The Sunset Strip, yes, closing down. World's strongest militaries. I'd often thought about that. But really, strongest is a really it's an opinion. I mean, once you get past the big three, it's who's better at this. It's really who's the biggest and who puts the most money into it is what it breaks down to. I mean, for the longest time, I mean, I guess you could say it about the United States. The United States, we thought we were unstoppable after World War II, and then we basically have a horrible time in Vietnam and Korea in the very beginning. Korea, we weren't doing so great either. So, we showed our weaknesses or that we're not impenetrable or invincible. And then Russia, Afghanistan, and Russia kind of now in Ukraine. They said it's going to be over in a couple weeks. You'd think if that was their estimate, they'd be done in 6 months. But here we are, like getting close to 3 years now, something like that. Um, So yeah, it's a really an opinion, and that's what at least the way I see it. Hit the like button, everyone. Honor Briggs. Oh, it said Boogus. Yes, I'm your granddaughter. There's my daughter, guys. Honor Briggs. She's on here. I don't know if that's her daughter, my granddaughter, on her tablet or something. Aussie girl, how are you? Aussie fly girl. Is that Aussie or Austrian? Kalama, Washington. Rick is good. Macon, Georgia. Still, that was I believe they're not around anymore, but their minor league baseball team, the Macon Whoopie, that was the greatest. How's Reno, Nevada? Don't know. I'll be there soon. I'll be there 2 weeks, I think. I'll give you a full update. The last time I was there was a few years back, so but in 2 3 weeks, I'll have a brand new video up of Reno, Nevada. I will be there. We will check it out. Reno is getting expensive. See, anything is getting expensive right now. There's no place where prices are going down. It's been that way for about 5 years. I mean, prices rarely, if ever, go down unless we hit a recession. Every place is getting expensive. Just depends on how much more expensive they are than they were, let's say, a year ago. Bakersfield, California, on my way back from Washington State. Um, my niece just bought a house in Bakersfield. I think it's being built still. It's a new community. Nice. It's good to watch Briggs during the day after schoolwork. Best roads. Yeah, that's again. Oh wait, Macon is a shooting town now. Briggs shooting. Oh wow, we get a lot of shootings there. Spent all day doing schoolwork. Watch Briggs live. So relaxed. I'm glad I could help you relax. That's another thing. I always get people telling me my voice is very relaxing. Um, okay. I mean, what about Major League Portland? So yeah, well, great question. So I like the Chicago White Sox. I watch baseball during the baseball season. I used to watch hockey all the time, kind of getting away from that. So I watch the NFL, my Cleveland Browns, and the White Sox. Oddly enough, they were the two absolute worst teams in the league. Well, Cleveland was almost the absolute worst team, but the White Sox were the absolute worst team in Major League Baseball last year, and the Browns just folded like they normally do. So I know how to pick some winners. Never ask me advice on horse racing. I just only know how to pick the guy who's coming in last, apparently. But so Portland is trying really hard. God, I wish I knew what that guy's channel was. I've been watching this guy that has a really good channel. Okay, I got to shout my granddaughter out again. Maisie, hello, how are you? I hope everything's going okay. So yeah, there you go. I did it. Love you, sweetie. Anyway, uh oh, so Major League Baseball's coming to Portland, I think, eventually. There's like 5 teams or 5 cities that are trying to get a team. Hopefully, they'll have 2 new teams here in the next few years. But the newest place they're going to put the baseball stadium here in Portland looks really nice. The first one I thought was amazing. It was on the, I guess, western side, northwestern side of town with the Fremont Bridge, which is this huge bridge we have in the background. Now they found another place down the river. They're both on the river, so they look pretty good, the two things. But this latest one, I like it. It could be a good stadium. They just got to get the team. But anyway, about a year or so ago, there was a rumor going around that the Chicago White Sox might just move to Portland. And then that fell through because Chicago finally gave them another stadium. I mean, where the White Sox stadium is not a place you want to be. Me and my wife might have to move to the U.S. soon. Your channels. Well, I'm glad I could help out. Sorry, I missed a lot of things here. Angie Mancat finally hoping to sell some houses in Southern California and getting out of here. Yeah, that's usually how it is. You know what's weird? I My experience is once you decide, I've done it almost like a fire drill. A few times I've left, moved to other places. I'm leaving, and it's like within 30 days I'm gone. A lot of things fall by the wayside, but I've learned that if I kind of delay it and take my time, I end up staying there another year. But like when we moved everything from Southern California, we just up and bailed. I think we put the house up for sale. It's a really nice neighborhood, so it sold pretty quick. It was a shitty house in a really nice neighborhood. It's like 3 blocks off the beach. So it sold really quick, and within like 45 days of us deciding we wanted to move, we were on the road. Which one am I? Oh, so good. I'm glad you're using that laptop, Denzel. I'm glad it worked out. I got Denzel, who's one of my longest subscribers. I got him a laptop so he can, that was holding him back on his channel. And uh they sent it without the charging cables. And it was a new laptop. It wasn't like one of those refurbished ones. Hillsboro Hops, yeah, we got them. I haven't been to one of their games yet at all. My brother-in-law goes to the ones up in Ridgefield. Well, thank you, Crawl. Just burped. That was pleasant. Boston Bruins. Portland Pickles. Yeah, that's not even minor league. That's I don't know, it's weird. I checked out, go watch a game, and their stadium, so to speak, is I don't know, I've seen high school stadiums that were way better. It's almost like a park that they're playing in, just normal park that has softball games on Thursdays or something. Well, thank you very much. My granddaughter's giving me the play-by-play of the live stream. She's texting me. All right, watching your video. Let's see this time. Been watching your videos for years here in South Africa. Very relaxing with some humor. Always a good mix. I always like it when people go, "You're not funny." What are you, the king of comedy? You know what's funny and what's not. Comedy is like it's a preference. It's almost like saying, because let's say you hate heavy metal music. That's not music. That's what you're saying, or that's not music, it's something else. Because you're into, let's say, hip hop or classical music, which that's the same thing with comedy. There's dry comedy, there's slapstick comedy, there's 20 different types of comedy. And people are always all, "You're not funny at all. I don't know why you keep trying to tell jokes." No, I'm not funny to you. That's what people don't understand. It's like they think their opinion's the only one that matters. It's weird. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Did you ever visit the Crayola factory in Eastern Pennsylvania? No, I did not. When you were no, my grandma took me there once. I loved it. Oh, I would have loved to have gone there. That'd been pretty cool. Went down this weird thing about crayons a while back of just looking up all the ones that have been changed and discontinued, retired, and all that stuff, and the ones they brought back. Very interesting. But over the years, they've changed some names because they really weren't politically correct. I'm starting getting these liquid death, by the way. That's not a beer. I know it looks like a beer can, but it's just like low calorie flavored water stuff. Shenandoah Valley. I'm getting there. Been since I had my little stroke, I've been exercising a hell of a lot more. That's where so back when I was younger, I used to lift weights all the time and wrestled and all that stuff. And so it's really strange when you've been fit before, it's easier to get back to it a little bit. You know what I mean? Instead of, let's say you really weren't fit ever. So for me, I just work out a couple weeks and I start seeing muscles again. It's strange. It's almost like it's dormant and I gotta what's what is it? Hibernation. It's almost like my muscles hibernate. Well, thank you. So I've been having fun. YouTube has this new feature. When someone leaves a comment on your hold on, I gotta check something. When someone leaves a comment on your videos, you can go back and see like their last 20 comments. And I think it goes back like 6 months. And sometimes I see people that keep leaving the same thing. And I'm like, did they leave that before? And I don't feel like going back and look through thousands and thousands of comments to see if they did it before. So recently that came out and I've been it's like one guy the other day, he's been saying just talking trash. I'm all this sounds familiar. I look back, he's been leaving basically the same comment for over 6 months. And I was like, dude, if this is how you feel about the channel, maybe it's time for you to quit watching. It's like, come on. Then I explained that to him and he never left another comment. Boop, 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 boop. Thank you. I think I will. Cape May. Not a bad place to go visit. Dude, your commentary is on point. Comedy is definitely spotless, but your info you provide is priceless. Well, thank you. Yeah, I have dry humor, and not a lot of people get dry humor. Normally, now I'm not ragging on anyone that doesn't get it. Normally, you have to be well read. I guess you could say is the best way to say. You read a lot of books. You got some trivial knowledge. That's the type of people that really get dry humor. Now, if you like the slapstick type of people, which a lot of people do, they just like that slapstick, don't have to think about the joke. That's if you're a comedian, that's more profitable than having dry humor or stuff people got to think about. But yeah, it's all just different. Everyone has got their different choice, their different tastes. Muscle memory is right. Where would you put Canada out of the 51st out of the 51st states? Well, there's only 50 states. Canada will never be a state. That is a fever dream of someone that has no grasp on reality. Um, there's no way it's going to become a state. That's just a distraction. Did you ever do a video on America roadside attractions? Yes, I did. It was really fun and I really enjoyed making it. Didn't do that well when as far as views go, people weren't really into it, but I thought it was great. Well, thanks for showing up, Nathan. Do you? Yeah, that happens to the best of us. I wanna bring back Finding America. I have 3 stories ready to go. I just haven't got around to, doing them. One person, I actually remembered I had their old email address, so because I was a little foggy on some of the details about their experience. Guy that went to prison, and he was in prison for 18 months before the girl that accused him of something finally came out and said, "No, that didn't happen. I'm sorry." She eventually got some probation. He got out with a big apology. And you'd think he'd sue this girl for lying, but he just wanted to put it behind him. He just wanted to move on with his life and stuff like that. Um, Come to find out, I don't want to ruin. I don't want to. But anyway, it worked out. You can't fix the past, but it worked out well for him. And yeah, Costco. God, I haven't been to Costco in a while. Last time I went there, I'd just gotten over my stroke, and me and my wife. It was like one of the first times I went out, and this was really weird. There's too much going on, and I was like getting all sketchy. And I'm usually fine with a crowd. I don't like being in open spaces with a crowd. It's a army thing, but I was like freaking out a little bit. And my wife's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. I want to go to the car." So I had to go in the car and wait for her. Well, thank you. One sec, guys. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. So, Angie, everyone should know this. So they only show you a few if they pop up a day. So if you're subscribed to 50 channels or something like that, they're not just gonna, you know, flood your notification thing with every single one of them. They just pick a few every single time and show them to you. That's what they tell us is happening. But I get a lot of people saying, "I never saw it." Yeah, Nathan, it sucked. But the only thing it did, it kinda screwed up my, ability to add things and do hard math. I could read a stat and stuff like that, and I'm okay with my stats, but when if I have to figure out, like, let's say a place is 66%, there's 1,200 votes of 15,000, what does that break down to? That's a little beyond me. I have to have my wife or my son figure it out for me right now. Do you ever hang out with Nick Johnson? We have in the past. He came to Portland one time. We was doing a video. We went out and had some beers. We got kicked out of a bar. That was fun. And so then we hung out in Los Angeles at VidCon last summer. I think last July. And, I love when I see people having a conversation with themselves and it develops on here because let's say I don't see something. And, then they start getting all frustrated, it's incredible. Oh, here we go. Denzel, do you like Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated TV series? What do you think about the second invasion? I know a lot about Star Wars, and I didn't watch the Clone Wars animated series. I'm not into the animation as much as I used to be. I like the live action stuff. I consulted with Nick Johnson before I came to Hawaii. He does good work. But it's redneck from California. Nick's a good guy. I like Nick. He's fun to hang out with. So we're at VidCon, we're at a bar, and when you're a YouTuber, you always look at what your numbers are, what your stats are. Where am I doing? How am I doing today, and stuff like that. Well, we're sitting at the bar, and I guess I'd looked at my stats and how much money I made the day before, and so I just set my phone down, and there's this number, which is tacky at best. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize I did it. I thought I turned it off, put it down, and I just see him grab my phone and flip it over, and I'm all, "What are you doing?" He's all, "You had your income up there." I was, "Oh no shit!" He goes, "I don't know if you were trying to pull some kind of weird flex or something," but I thought it was decent of him to do that. He's a good guy. I like Nick. Speaking of that, he does the consulting where you should live and stuff like that, and I did that, and I put it out there, and I think I got 150 different people wanting to do it. I can't do them all, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get through these, and then maybe I got 5 spots for this next time or something, but I'm still trying to get through them. I've had to turn some people away because I had like actually 113. I think I just said 150. I meant to say 115, but it was 113 actually. Have you ever been to Ringo's Bar? No, I don't think I have. Tennessee's better than Texas. So here's an interesting thing. I did not know this, but Texas is the most tornado state there is. They have the most tornadoes, more than Kansas, more than Oklahoma. I was kind of shocked by that. Now, little side note that I'm making a video about it, but I'll tell you this one. Um, they don't get the big ones, the fours and the fives if they have them. They get a lot of ones and twos that, might tear up a backyard, maybe take a roof off, but doesn't start tossing trucks into the air. Do you think you will ever do a channel with interviews with regular people? So I would love to. I would love to do a podcast with normal people. That whole stories from America, uh, but series I've been doing on this channel, they don't do good on this channel, and I've often thought about moving them to their own channel. And I would love to interview people that live these stories or live in different places. I'd love to do that. I'm a firm believer that Hollywood and TV is great, all the different streaming services, but the best stories you will ever hear in your life is you sit down and talk to someone that's willing to talk to you about their life. It's amazing. I I know this one man. Well, I talked to him for a while. He was coming to my work all the time. He was a single guy in 1972 or something like that, and he lived next to this couple, and they had like 3 kids and all that stuff. The guy next door liked to beat on his wife, and kids were always screaming. And one day they decided to get out to the front yard, and he's basically slapping his wife around out there. And this guy's only like 22, 23 at the time. I think the couple was 30. He went outside and squared that guy away. Um, and then while the husband was being arrested, he moved the wife and the 3 kids into his house and just keep them there for the night or whatever. And he eventually married her and raised her kids. He was like 60-year-old man, and he those are his kids. And I get the feeling they never talked to the abusive husband ever again. But great story about how that worked out. I That's one of the ones coming up. I love stories from America too. I just wish more people would watch them. I mean, that's a downside of having a channel that normally gets about 100,000 views on a video in, let's say, the first 14 days, right? That's minimum. If it's a decent video, it gets to 300,000. If it's a sucky video, it gets under 60,000 in 2 weeks. Um, well, if I have too many of those videos that only get 10, 20,000, it kind of hurts the channel a little bit. So that's why I'm thinking about moving it to another channel, its own channel. If I do, I'll let y'all know well in advance. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that are, regional stereotypes. And, you always think about, and if we talked about before, but Arkansas is just it's a mess, I mean, you go the stereotypes and it's either dangerous or just filled with hillbillies and weird stuff happens in the woods. But then you go up to Northwest Arkansas and you're like, "Wait, are we still in Arkansas?" So, yeah. Recently had oh my wow. Yeah, sometimes I we had, a tornado near our mall in Southern California. Southern California does not get tornadoes, and it was a mild tornado. I mean, I think it, tore up a couple trees and, uh, threw stuff through windows. That was about it. If I tell your income, no, I'm not gonna tell that. Um, my, other channel, the Doing It with Briggs thing, that's doing pretty good. It's almost monetized. I had to take a little time off of it, but, back at it. I got a video I was editing before I started this. But if you're ever thinking about you just starting a channel, doing it with Briggs, it's very informal. I'm not one of these guys that has a bunch of graphics on that channel or anything like that. Hold on one second. My granddaughter's calling. Hey, sweetie, how are you? I am still live streaming. There she is. Okay. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now. Are you coming over the house? No. No. Oh, you got Rick with you? Okay. Rick is the Frenchie. Anyway, okay, sweetie, I got to go back. These people are listening to me have a conversation with you. I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, that was that. Yeah, she is a handful. She finally grew. When she's little, she broke her front teeth playing around, hit them. They're just her little baby teeth. So then they're all kind of messed up. So they just took them out. So for the longest time, this poor girl had no front teeth. She looked like a little hockey player. But now she got her teeth back. Yeah, yeah. Obviously the area plays a big part too. Oh, I missed the wrong one. There. Yeah, okay, I got it. Never knew what I looked like? Did you think I was 20? That's what I always get from people. Well, thanks, Tracy. History and more. Tracy, do you have a channel? Because that type of name tells me you have a channel. Tracy's Fractured History and More. Hey, if you guys haven't put a like on here, please do so. And there's now a new ticker up there. So in the past, because I look at it from another screen, it doesn't show me when someone made a super chat or something like that. Now there's a ticker and I can see it. So I know if I missed one. Tracy, I'll put a link for it in the well, let me see if I can find it right now. There it is. Let's see what Tracy has. There you go, Tracy. 76 subscribers. I'm going to put you in the chat, Tracy. Anyone wants to help Tracy out with a subscriber, that would be great. You should go watch or Doing It with Briggs. And goodbye. Derek, hello. I did. I do have a national parks video. That's another one that I loved. I was really excited about that one. It died. Nothing. Great videos, Brig. Thank you. What do you think the best state for digital Gen Z may be? From your videos, found Colorado, Idaho, and expensive. I love it the most. Food after job college. Okay, so after college, my suggestion for everyone, unless you don't have student loan debt, I would find the cheapest place you could be a digital moment. If you're going to do the digital thing and work from home, North Carolina is a good one. It's not nearly as expensive as a lot of the other states. A lot of younger people are moving to North Carolina. I think Tennessee's getting some of that too in the next few years as they spread more internet to places and faster internet. But I think right now, if you're a digital nomad, I think um, parts of Colorado, all of North Carolina, and maybe up into Wisconsin, Idaho also are good places to be digital nomads. I would stay out of California, Hawaii, and stuff because if you got student loan debts, you need every dime you can get. Well, thank you. Oh, you know what? So I posted that New Jersey one. I was trying to bring it. See if I was testing a theory that I'm going to talk about on the other channel, doing it with the Briggs, about bringing a video back to life. It worked okay. I could see that it's been getting more views, but not what I thought. I said I was going to give away an Amazon card. I forgot to write all those down. What who commented? We'll do it next week when I do a live stream next Saturday. Briggs, would you be interested in doing an updated videos on videos that have asked you that tanked? That might be something. I do those compilation videos. Um, um, hold on one second. Um, I do those compilation videos, and I've been thinking about doing that. Why is going on here? Get this off here a little bit. Hope this doesn't mess anything up. Are you still there? Hope you're all still there. Okay. There we are. We're back. All of a sudden, so I have a teleprompter, and all of a sudden, it just started running my script from my next video. It's like I've already gone through this. Boom. Hey, there we go. Paratrooper1, thank you for supporting the channel. And our first super chat of the day. I wonder if there would be an audience for a best motorcycle rides by state. Actually, I think it could be. I think there could be. I've ridden many of them. I miss my former home in Vista, California. Oh, how's Vista these days? Last time I was there, it was pretty nice. I like Vista. Friend of mine's dad, well, a Gaunt Construction. They built a lot of the homes down in Vista back in the 90s. But thank you for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. There. Oh, then we got another one. Tracy, thank you very much. Super chat. Thank you again. Absolutely. How did I miss? That's weird. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, so I'm sorry about that. I did miss it. And I went and looked at the other channel or the other screen. There it was. Vista's a nice place. I like Vista. Boom. Tracy. Got two. All right. Let's get back to the questions. Hola. How are you? Tracy sub. Thanks. Tracy, he subbed for you. Hold on. What is the best state to live in my opinion? My opinion, so that's definitely going to be an opinion. Uh, hold on. Okay, you got Rick? My granddaughter wants to show you guys Rick. Let's see Rick. There's Rick. all, right, all right, sweetie. I'll talk to you a little bit.
No, don't go.
I got people on here. Talk to you in a little bit.
No.
All right. I think she just wants to be on the live stream. Just using my new. Oh, so back to best state. So best state, in my opinion, is going to be Oregon, Pennsylvania, or Wisconsin. I'm kind of starting to like Vermont too myself. I just like the greenery. I like it when it's kind of wet. I don't like desert states, and I don't like humidity. So that's what I look at first. Oregon's beautiful. Wisconsin's beautiful. You know, with all the problems these places have, and if you disagree with them politically and all that stuff, you can't deny that these states are beautiful. Um, but you know, some people they find the desert very beautiful too, and that's why I like those states. I don't mind the snow. As far as work goes, I wouldn't mind living someplace a little cheaper than Oregon. Pennsylvania might fit that bill because Vermont's a little expensive. But yeah, that's how I see it. I'm back, Briggs. What's the difference between likes, views, subscribers for channel doing really well? First of all, likes and dislikes are the same thing. They're just showing engagement. So that if you want to really supercharge the algorithm for you, get as many likes, dislikes, comments, and shares. Comments are a little bit better. So if you really like a channel, any of you guys, make sure you leave comments and likes. That does help. That tells the algorithm people are reacting to this video, and that's what they want. So yeah, just if you like them, do it. If you don't like a channel and you hate that channel, don't leave a dislike. It's the same as a like. And definitely don't leave a comment because that's telling the algorithm they're reacting. This algorithm's not seeing what you read. Hold on. Nothing like a little sneezing fit to really get your day going. Now I got watery eyes. Okay. Great, Grandpa. Have a good one. Thanks. Grandpa Briggs. Actually, I'm Papa. She calls my dad Old Papa. Best states with natural beauty. I prefer life proximity to the Pocono Mountain. You know, that's another. I think probably one of the prettiest areas of the United States. Again, I love the western part of Oregon. I love all of New England, but upstate New York, the Finger Lakes area, beautiful. Aussie Fly Girl, thank you very much. Appreciate your content, Bricks. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. You've been with me a long time too. You always show up in the what do you call it? The chat. I appreciate it. Here's another question. Okay, here's a good question, guys. In case any of you are launching a channel. Hey Briggs, when you're launching a new channel, do you recommend releasing a batch of videos upfront? Absolutely. Release one a week to get started. So I would never just upload one video to start off. 3 is the minimum, 5 is ideal, and have this is how I tell this is what I tell people. Have 3 to 5 videos ready to go and have 3 more weeks worth of videos if you're doing 1 a week. So have 3 more videos ready to go or, at least partially done. So you're not getting to week 2 scrambling for a video, because you might be building momentum in the very beginning. Now, here's the thing. YouTube is really promoting young channels right now, or at least new channels, or under 1,000 subscribers, under 10,000 subscribers. They have a thing coming out, and I'm going to talk about this on the other channel, but they have a thing that they're rolling out. It's not all the way across YouTube yet, but called hypes. So if you see a video, you get 3 a week. You really want to hype that video, it's like a supercharged like. So you could hype a video, boom, 3 up there. Yeah, or, so if you got 3 videos and they hype one of them, more people are going to see it. And they have a leaderboard of the top 100 hyped videos too. And they all have to, I forget the number, but I think it's under 10,000 subscribers. Maybe it's under 1,000, but I think they're still working on that. But so smaller channels are getting on this hype train, and it's really going to help out a lot of the newer channels and small channels. Back in the day, it was really hard to break through. I got lucky. My cousin, who has 5 weird things, he's he's still waiting for that boost. He hasn't hit just yet. He's monetizing all that, but he needs that one video that'll get him going. One thing about his channel versus mine, I get kind of limited on what I can talk about because I try and talk about locations, moving, and if I stray too far away from that, people start freaking out. Um, so there you go. That's his channel if you want to take a look at it. But his is about everything. It's just 5 weird things about anything and everything. That's a great way to do those things. Oh yeah, Southwest does get hot. How can I contact you, Briggs? I have a specific question. I want to. You could contact me at world the number 2 briggs at gmail.com. Yeah, Arizona. It's ridiculously hot there. I mean, if you've never been to Arizona, uh, it's a different type of hot. I still do have my dad. It's up there, 82, 83. Still gets out and golfs. Gardens, all that stuff. How many people we got on here tonight? It's not showing me. 130 people. How many likes do we have? Hook a brother up, everyone. Boom, 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 boom. Positive, negatives. You just have to figure out. Yeah, that's about the truth. That's why I get a lot of people. I'll do top 10 reasons not to move to a state, and then I don't know what it is. They think they have this gotcha moment. Well, you said not to move to New York in this video, but then this video you say to move to New York. What gives? It's like it depends on who you are. I mean, some people, I just told you about the Arizona heat, and that's ridiculously hot to a lot of people, but some people thrive in that, and that's not a negative to them. What I always bring up to people about that is the firearm question. Are they legal, open carry? What's the deal? Some people really want to move to a state with more lenient gun laws, and some people, are the exact opposite. So, it's what do you prefer? I'm just pointing things out you should know before you move someplace. That's it. It doesn't. Oh, that's too bad. Hola, Ellie. Ellie's my researcher. I moved from San Jose, California to Cottonwood, Arizona. The weather is rainier. Really? Hmm. That's strange. I bet you saved a bunch of money. Denzel. Oh, Norway. How are you? Be right back to you. Norway. Norway. I find out where my family's from in Norway. Initially, I never realized it until after I got home. I saw my catches. The camera angle I chose was perfect. Oh, good. Still interested in featuring shorts. I put up a couple shorts the last couple days. Sometimes I try it, sometimes I don't. I get a lot of people that for some reason they get their feelings hurt if I put up shorts, which I'm a firm believer of just don't watch them if that's not your thing. So I don't know. It's better now, but in the early days of shorts, if I put up a short, I'd lose like 10 subscribers. And I was like, okay, well, let's not put up shorts for a while. Now I put up two shorts yesterday. I got one ready to go today. That one is so the two yesterday, one has gotten me 14 subscribers, and this remote village one, oh wow, look at that. 80 subscribers. Wow, off a short. What happened there? But yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I had my birthday, what, 8 last week, last Friday. Glenn, you have a great day. Thanks for hanging out, man. Shorts can be fun. I just think sometimes some people just they don't want to see them. That doom scrolling gets on my nerves sometimes because watch one short. Next thing I know, I've been sitting there an hour, and when I realize I've been sitting there an hour, I'm like, ooh, I get so irritated. I hate being that unproductive. I wouldn't say people are getting sick of it, but it's shorts and TikTok videos. That was everything. It was a climbing rate like this. Well, now it's kind of there. That's my opinion. Best state for trade workers going to boom in the next 10 years. That could be a solid question. I just did the next boom town. Next boom town's coming up. I should look at that. Or new the where manufacturing growing. Believe it or not, manufacturing has been slowly starting to grow over the last 3 years. I hope it continues. That's one thing that, in my opinion, not a political thing, just the history of the United States. I think in the '80s we tanked ourselves when we started letting companies move all their workers abroad, and that just killed our manufacturing. I did not know there are two cities in Nevada where gambling is not allowed. What are they? Rhonda, you have a great night. I'm curious to find out what those two cities are. I hope so. That's I'm a firm believer that getting a trade and living a happy life, is great. If you get a trade, you got a job. Period. Unless you're a total, nutcase, but and you can't handle the job. But if you get a trade, you learn a trade, you're guaranteed a job anywhere. You get a college degree, and if it isn't in something that's profitable, it might have been a waste of money. I mean, I know people that have degrees in um, like French poetry and stuff like that. It's like, what the hell? But I mean, if that's what you want to do and you just want to grow personally, absolutely. But if you're hoping to get a job and be profitable in the future, I don't think all those college degrees, not all of them, I should say, just certain college degrees you should avoid. I mean, sure, they'll help you maybe get a managerial position over just a normal person at the workplace, but I think community colleges and trade schools are often overlooked here in the United States. Well, thank you, Denise. Yes, my birthday's 28th. Boulder City, Nevada, and I did not know that. Very interesting. Yeah, I've always told my kids I just at least get a 2-year degree or something, go to trade school, have something in your back pocket, you know? Obviously, it's great if you can go get you know, a master's degree in finance or whatever, but sometimes college isn't for everyone. It definitely, I know quite a few people that got their 2-year degree and that was it. Or they didn't even go to school and they were doing fine. Usually they got a trade. Actually, I know a guy who's he does like plumbing for industrial complexes and stuff like that. And I don't think he graduated high school, but he became a plumber, and, went through the whole apprentice thing and became a plumber. And God, that guy makes a ton of money. Yeah, that's normally what happens to a lot of people. I have 2 degrees, haven't always needed 'em. Yeah, I know quite a few people that got degrees in something and they went another direction. You have a good evening too. Thank you. Yeah, my brother has a master's in finance as well, and he owns one of the largest he owns one of the largest pool building companies in Southern California. I mean, it did come in handy. It wasn't a total waste, but he didn't do the usual with a finance degree. Hey, Maisie, quit trying to call me. I'm in the middle of something, sweetie. Do plumbing. I went back to school, learned be a heck. I do plumbing. When you say heck, it kind of tells me that you put a southern accent. Heck, I do plumbing. Went to school. I learned. Yeah, they're always in demand. There's quite a few things that are always in demand. You just got to keep yourself up on the newest things. Yeah, that's the truth. The degree gets you through the door. At least gets you the interview, right? It's really screwed up. I left Comcast a few years back, and I remembered when I filled out the application that they asked if you've ever been diagnosed with PTSD. I didn't answer it. And then after I left there, I was gonna make a video about it, but I didn't want to get sued, so I backed off. But I'll tell you, I made 6 different, profiles or whatever and put in 6 different, applications online only. The only thing I changed was the name, the birthday, a little bit, a couple months here or there, and I had changed the schools of the degree. I think I went with Arizona State versus Utah State versus California. I think I just switched them all up, see if anything changed. And I clicked. 3 of them were, "No, I haven't been diagnosed with PTSD." 3 of them I did, that I had PTSD. The only ones that got emails back were the, "No, I don't have PTSD." Thought that was kinda messed up. So, if they ask you that, don't click on it if you have it or if you don't. Nobody hated. That's Maisie actually, not, Honor. Combat Widow Marine, college deputy U.S. Marshal. There you go. Bocephus. Thank you for supporting the channel. Briggs, what's the worst state to retire? Are also the best states when the society collapse. My head is about to explode. Okay, so what's the best state to retire? Also, the best state to be at when society collapses. Probably I would say Idaho is your best option. If society collapsed, I wouldn't want to be on Hawaii, but I'd want to be in Idaho, and I'd probably, believe it or not, I'd probably want to be in. I was just looking at this the other day. I forget what it was. Uh-oh, my camera died. Oh, this thing again. God, why did it do that? My camera just shut off? It did. Now I got this. Why did my camera shut off? That's not good. Now I'm irritated. Morocco. I don't know. I don't know much about Morocco. Oh, that's too bad. I'm curious why my camera died. 1 second, guys. Okay, let's see if that came back to life now. There it is. Boom, the better camera. All right, I think we're back in business. Sorry about that. I got PT. Yeah, that's about the truth. I think the screwiest thing they ever did, which made me leave Comcast, is um, people are making good money. And, some people are getting close to $100,000 selling cable. They're good. So they're making the company money. But then they had, people from headquarters come down, give us a meeting that they're adjusting the pay and the commission schedule because really nobody should be making over $50,000 a year at this job. Everyone was like, I saw like 3 people just get up and leave the building. It's like, screw this. But it's a high stress job. They're always pushing you. It's pain in the butt, and everyone hates the cable company, so you get yelled at. And this guy comes in and says nobody should be making over $40,000 a year, or I think he said 45 to be fair. And that was 8 years ago, so that wasn't a lot of money here in Portland. Well, thank you very much. There we go. Now we see me. Okay, good. Yeah, you're Dwayne, I'm the exact opposite. You want me to recite history to you and tell you all kinds of trivia, or I could write you a nice essay. Um, I was never really strong in math. I know how to follow and read statistics very well, but if you start talking algebra and stuff like that, I just stare at you. I don't know how they get the stats, but I know how to read them and understand them and see trends. That's what my thing is. I was never big I was never a big math guy, so when I had the stroke and started struggling with math, I didn't drop far. All right, let's see if I missed anything here. 3 got them all. Good, 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 good. What are the best place to live in Morocco? I still don't I would never idea. Um, that is a strange question. What are your choices? In Morocco, wait, I think isn't Morocco is there like only 2 cities in Morocco or something like that? There's a few, but most of them are really small. There's Casablanca, that's good size. Tangier is good size. I don't know. I'd if I was gonna move to Morocco, I'd make sure I move someplace with a lot of shade and near the water because I don't think that place is very warm or very cool. Yeah, they do have some trees. You know most of Morocco though, they're trees, they're bushes and all that stuff. It sort of reminds me of Central California. Little not lush green forests with ferns and stuff like that. So they do have some forests, they do have some wooded areas, but it's just like mostly shrub brush. That's what Morocco reminds me of. But that's Central California, sort of like that too. I'm glad you covered the stroke. No, yeah, I'm not left with any disabilities. No functional things are fine. For a while there, I was getting a little brain fog. So I'd just start talking, and then I'd be kind of confused to the point where I wasn't sure where I was for a minute. But that all faded away, and I'm better. The math thing still, I'm struggling with it. It's coming back, but I got to find a pig sitter. Me and my wife are tired of not going on cruises because we got a pig. She's a handful, and it's hard to ask anyone to watch her. So working on that right now. Someone mentioned pig, and yes, in case you don't know, I have a 200-pound pig named McMuffin living downstairs in my house. She has her own room. It's like a it's like a closet thing that was, walk-in closet, but we've built it into a pen. And if you don't know, pigs will never pee or poop where they actually sleep. So she's never had an accident in that room. And she goes out during the day. Goldman Bacon, go to bed. Well, you have a good night. Do I believe AI will destroy the planet? I don't think we'll be around when it gets that. I'm sure there's going to be curbs and stopping things, but I think it's going to change the planet drastically. Weapon almost does own the house. You have a black bear named Muffin. What was that movie? Was it The Great Outdoors with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd? But when he was a young man, a bear attacked the camping area and was charging him, and he shot it with a shotgun, and it took the top of the bear's head off, just the hair, and ran away. So now there's been years of sightings of this bald bear, and he finally showed up. That was a great movie. You do not play with a pig like a cat, mostly because when she starts getting too excited, her head starts whipping back and forth, she'll knock you over. It'd blow your ACL out if she hits you in the knee. But yeah, aloha. So, I told my son he had a Hawaiian girlfriend. Well, when you go meet her family, just remind them that aloha means hello and goodbye, right? So I guess he gets drunk at a family event, barbecue. Everyone's drunk. He keeps leaning over to people that are Hawaiians, going, "Hey, did you know aloha means hello and goodbye?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, what's the matter with you? Well, thanks, Tracy. No, there's no Mr. McMuffin. Just McMuffin. She's a single gal that gets very moody. Oh my god. So they go through their monthly thing, right? And she's just like a normal female. She doesn't feel good and she's not happy. Well, when she's not happy, she's uncomfortable. She just stops and stares at the ground. Try and get her to go outside, and she takes one step at a time. And she goes out there and then she just stands in the middle of the yard and stares at the ground. It's like you want to go out there and give her something that'll make her happy, but there's no fixing her when she's like that. You just got to leave her alone. If you try and love her up or something like that, she always does this thing where she clecks her teeth towards you. She's doesn't bite you, but she makes it very apparent that she's not happy with you right now. Yep, don't forget to change your clocks tonight. Most of them, like our phones, do it automatically, but yeah, don't forget. True. West High. Classmates.com. Basically, it was a website back in the day before Facebook that it's where you could see old classmates and stuff like that. And it didn't have a bunch of people from your class, had a handful, but they wanted to charge you like 7.99. This website's been up like 15, 20 years probably, and they're still trying to get people to sign up for it for like 7.99 a month. It's like, why? Does someone really do this? It's like, that's ridiculous. You got Facebook does the same thing for free and better. I would not be shocked if one guy just runs it. World Corn please hantavirus is likely four corners states. Oh yeah, that's Gene Hackman's wife died of hantavirus. That's a sad situation. I don't know if you guys saw that living in New Mexico. I think yeah, New Mexico. And they went and did a welfare check, and they found him, her, and one of their dogs in a crate dead. Two other dogs were fine, but he was, collapsed or whatever and died in the mudroom. Then they found her in a bathroom, bunch of pills all over the floor, and she's dead. Then they found one of their dogs that was in a crate. He expired. Well, come to find out, she died of hantavirus. Poor Gene Hackman had, dementia maybe and Alzheimer's and all that other stuff. He died a week after her. So she died and he didn't know what to do. Alzheimer's a horrible thing. So, yeah. So, yeah, it was just tragic story. And then the poor dog probably died of exposure if it was hot or, starved or, you know, dehydrated. That's horrible. But yeah, she died and they didn't have any caregiver for him. She was doing it herself, I guess. I don't know why someone like Gene Hackman doesn't have a full-time nurse. But yeah, so he probably just died. I don't know, didn't take his pills or something like that, whatever. He was a 90 something, so maybe it just Gene was amazing. Love Gene Hackman. I lived in the rural Tannenbaums. That was great. Dino Hunter, very strange. Yeah, in a mansion is very strange. Yeah, that is kind of strange. But yeah, she was probably sick. And it's too bad. Some people they going to the doctor is a pain in the butt, and then some people don't have the money. He had the money, but it disrupts your life, especially when you're sick. What if you got to stay in the hospital? This woman probably thought, I can't go to the hospital for this because no one's here to take care of Gene, that type thing, because she was basically taking care of him. So, she probably just didn't want to go take some pills. 'Cause probably thought she just had the flu or something like that, and she just died. 65 years old, 63, something like that. Oh yeah, that was a good movie. I saw him at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa, Ray Romano, like a year after that came out, and he's all, "Hey, hey," so doing his greeting. He goes, "Anyone that saw Welcome to Mooseport, I feel like I owe you money. Sorry," but I liked it. He had so many films. I don't know which one to pick as my favorite. Yeah, yeah, that's probably exactly what it was. She probably thought she had the flu. Take some, Nyquil, daytime flu or whatever, and yeah, it wasn't. I did a conspiracy theory thing, about every state. That might be different, but I did a top 10 U.S. conspiracies, and they demonetized it because that electric lettuce that's legal in most states now. There's a um, conspiracy about why it became legal back in the 1950s. Well, the byproduct of hemp was making really good fabrics, and Dow Chemicals was coming up with a new product called polyester, and it was going to hit the market. And their biggest competitor was hemp. So instead of just saying you can't make hemp clothing because we want you to buy this polyester, they decided to go after the electric lettuce side of it. And if they said that all the senators and congressmen that voted to make it illegal were actually, paid for by Dow Chemicals. So I brought that up, and I brought up the electric lettuce part and called it what it was, and I got demonetized. That video got demonetized. I was like, "That's a bummer." But the first one did pretty good. The second one that got monetized, that means they're also not gonna promote it much. That didn't do well at all. That's like 4 years ago, though. Mississippi Burning was a good movie. And, the electric lettuce they were trying to make illegal back in the old days was very, very weak by today's standards. It's like having 2 beers. Reefer Madness, oh my god, that movie is hysterical. The real one that they actually showed in schools or whatever, kids freaking out because they took a hit of one thing, just one hit, and all of a sudden they're freaking out and jumping off cliffs. My favorite was the one guy banging his head into the ground or into the table. "I've gotta get into the wood." I was like, "What the hell?" And he didn't smoke anything. He injected something. The Conversation is another good movie. Matter of fact, Imma look up Gene Hackman's greatest movies. Hackman, American actor. Oh, there's one that I really like that he was in, John Cusack about a I gotta look that up, find out what it was. Oh, he was also great in Unforgiven. Great movie. I didn't like him in Quick and the Dead. I didn't like that movie. I think the movie's okay, but I think it could have been so much better if they would have been, um, act a little more realistic, I guess you could say. Okay, Welcome to Newsport, 2004. God, he hasn't done anything in a while, or didn't do anything for a while. God, he'd been almost 20, yeah, about 20 years without being in a movie. So his last movie was Welcome to Mooseport, unless I'm missing something. This according to IMBD. or DB or whatever it is. Um, there's one that I really liked. Enemy of the State was good. He was good in that one. Runaway Jury. That was his second to last movie, and that was a great movie. You've never seen it. It's a great, great movie. Basically, Dustin Hoffman, John Cusack, um, Rachel Weisz, Gene Hackman, Bruce McGill. Great. Jeremy Piven's in that movie. Um, God, great movie. So anyway, if you've never seen that movie, Gene Hackman runs a company that picks jurors for major corporations. So in this one thing, the gun lobby is being sued, and if they lose this suit, it could really change everything as far as guns go. Well, Gene Hackman, basically the some people see it as he just tilts slants. He's doing everything legal, sort of. He's researching all the jurors, possible jurors. He's got a whole team. So it's a great movie. Well, John Cusack and Rachel Weisz have an axe to grind with him because someone shot up their school when they were in high school and he slanted the jury that should have been a slam dunk. I think that's how it was. Or maybe a guy came to work and started shooting people. But John Cusack and Rachel Weisz basically take him down in a way. Great movie. Birdcage. Oh my god, that was great. I can't say it on here, but when he finds out he was a like congressman for and he was the head of the family rights and all this, American Family Foundation. He was just all about all America, 1950, mom stays home and that type thing. Well, then his second in command of that thing got caught in a hotel room with an underage black prostitute. And he's like he watches the video, the one that's all blurred out. Then the guy, what he said at the end to the prostitute was hysterical. I about died. But the Birdcage was a great movie. Poseidon Adventure. Oh, I love that movie when I was a kid. I always stayed up late, and I have to watch whatever movie back before streaming services were. So I'm probably like 12 or something, 11, and up late one night, can't sleep, put on TV and watch the Poseidon Adventure. Oh, it was amazing. French Connection was good. Absolute Power, another solid one. Yeah, I like that one too. How long have I been on YouTube, Tracy? My channel says it started in 2015, but that's when I just started the channel. I didn't do anything with it till early 2017 when I realized I could actually make money at YouTube. And so I started making videos somewhat around 2017, early 2017. By mid 2017 is when I got serious. By mid 2018, I didn't need a job other than YouTube. Aging myself, but yeah, Poseidon Adventure, that's such a good movie. Yeah, Shelley Winters was in that one. I remember watching that, and I think it was Shelley Winters or one of the other people where they had to swim under this thing, and she was in a dress, and there's an up the dress shot, and an 11-year-old boy. I'm all, oh, oh. It wasn't like they showed anything really, but I was like, oh, what is that? Yeah. I actually knew a company back years ago that they hired military intelligence people to, kind of help lawyers pick jurors and stuff like that. Just because there's these people, I can't talk about it. Never mind. All right. I think we're gonna wind this down. It's about an hour and a half, guys. I had something epic I was gonna say just there. My camera went down again. Damn it. I don't know what's going on with that thing. I gotta figure that out. Wow. Video. What is going on with this thing? Okay, well, if you can hear me, my camera died, and just as I was signing off. So we'll just call this a night. I appreciate everyone being here. figure out what's going on with my camera by next Saturday, but we're going to do this again next Saturday, okay? Everybody have a great day, great night. Be nice to each other.